Hi there everyone. I thought it was about time I showed you the progress in the loft. The last one I showed in the loft was cluttered up with lots of stuff, and as you know, I've taken a lot of this stuff, boxed it up in the bulb room downstairs. Anyhow, firstly let me say that I do apologise for not putting plant videos up or videos on telephones for a while. This one is solely for the bulb keepers, which I know there are quite a few. I've spent a lot of time putting stuff up on a lighting gallery net and ATL, the American, the English forum, and also trying to get onto the gallery of lights, which is another American one. Anyhow, I can sort of point out various bits and bobs. We've got a few standard lamps over there. That part I haven't cleared up yet. Behind that, then you can see I've got some lava lamps. Over the back we've got a box full of Christmas lamps. They're mainly American ones. As we're coming round, we can see some fluorescent tubes, some boxes of thermometers. There's a few in that jar. They're all in working order. They're kept up here for obvious reasons. They won't get broken. Well, that's the idea. In that box at the back there was a box for my Atmos clock, which unfortunately is not working at the moment. It's downstairs. We've got boxes of lamps. These were called Aqua Glow. They're actually a form of Grow Lux. Not of the best quality. Years ago I used to use Grow Lux a lot for growing plants under, and also my 2 tanks of fish. But what has taken over, and dare I mention it, LED. They do have some advantages, and in Grow Lux it certainly are an advantage, but I believe sodium vapour or natrium still hasn't taken over LED, and I know that is used commercially to grow plants under. Looking round, we've got some more boxes here. I'm not actually going into the loft, I'm just more or less standing in the hatchway and looking round. We've got a box of insulators, a few more tubes resting up against the wall, some more Christmas lights, a few more lamps here which I'm yet to move into the bulb room downstairs. It's just finding space. This one is tell you the wattage and voltage. It's a big one but not enormous. Stamp GEC, 250 volts, 300 watt. There's a 300 watter. Turning round, normal things you would see in a loft, mainly dust. Let's have a look further round. Oh, in here we've got I don't know if you remember these. This is a heater which came out of a bowl fire. It's an Edison screw. It's on 240 volts. They call it a mixed wave emitter. That is quite old. I don't think it's ever been used. That'll probably find its way down to the bulb room. Some various switches. One down there. Now I have to be careful as I do this because I'm on a set of ladders which are not too good. Now in here we've got some boxes of stuff. These will slowly be put up. Well, the interesting bits will be put up. Mainly old electrical fittings. And I turn round. If I suddenly disappear, you know what's happened. Now I've turned round. See in the boxes. That lamp that you see there looks, well, it is American, but it's made with a bayonet holder. That holder's actually bayonet. Any funny noises you hear up here, that pattering type of noise, that's due to pigeons being on the roof. I don't know why, but this year we've had loads of pigeons. Another view of the tubes over there and some circline tubes. As I say, I haven't completely finished up here. In this box, oh by the way, this did remind me. Microwaves. We've got here a microwave leakage detector. Now, I feel a bit strongly about this. Years ago, I picked up at a boot sale a lovely microwave. It was in red or purple colour. It was obviously all there, but it was made in Korea. I might have put it up somewhere on one of the sites, I don't know. I haven't got it anymore, but at the time I thought, well, that looks rather nice. It was all in Korean writing, so it was a case of learning which buttons to press to make the thing work. Well, I took it home, noted the voltage was 240, so I thought, well, we're okay there. What I didn't note was the frequency. This was frequencied at 60 cycles, which obviously is what they use in Korea. So I didn't really think much about that. Anyhow, I thought, oh, I'll try it out. And I put a bit of whatever in it, either a bit of meat or something to heat up. And it worked. But what happened, the actual transformer itself got very hot. And when I stripped it down, took the cover off, all the bits in there looked right, but the transformer was smaller. So I thought, this is obviously more efficient being used on 60 cycles than 50. So all I did was to substitute an English transformer in it. I can't show one now, but that's what I did, and the rest of it was okay. But why I mention this, and the person concerned, if he sees my video, you might have a prick of conscience, I don't know, I hope so. I've seen some pretty dangerous things using microwaves, and I think one of the most dangerous things I've seen is the microwave innards. That is the capacitor, the magnetron, that is the part that pushes out the microwaves into the microwave itself, and obviously a transformer. Now this was being used as, can I say, a pyrotechnic display. Vast streams of sparks were coming out of it. It looked like the magnetron was getting red hot. Now I was a bit alarmed at this. All right, I'm not saying the person didn't know what he was doing. I'm not going to insult his intelligence. He was obviously, in my opinion, quite a clever person. I won't say who it was. He knows who I'm talking about. You also put one up, not rubbing my nose in it, but all they're saying, oh, it's quite safe. Yet he did say the word dangerous. Anyhow, my advice would be, for God's sake, be careful. One slip, and this is on the electrical side, one slip by touching the terminals on the capacitor, you're dead. There's no two ways about it. The capacitor holds a very high voltage charge. And I remember years ago, colour TVs, when they first came out, the cathode ray tube acted like a storage capacitor. And what you would have to do would be, once the set was turned off, you had to discharge the tube, because the inner and outer coatings of these cathode ray tubes were painted with aquadag, which was like a colloidal carbon paint kind of stuff, and you had to make sure you actually shorted it out. And another tip would be that if you're ever working on TVs, just use one hand. So if you did touch something that was alive, it wouldn't go across your heart. So I do mention that, and I really mean it, and I'm not, at this stage, I'm not joking. It did worry me a bit, you know, if he sees it, I hope he does. Oh, he can be as rude as he likes to me, I don't mind that. As I said to a friend on a lighting gallery the other day, my skin is like a pachyderm, and if anyone knows what a pachyderm is, it's an animal like an elephant or hippopotamus, very thick-skinned. So there we are. Anyhow, I also showed the microwave leakage detector. Now, apart from high voltages, the magnetron gives out these microwaves which are not beneficial to health, and they can cause blindness, cancer, anything like that. Normally it would be contained within the microwave itself. This one I saw was on a box outside. It was a good demonstration, I'm not saying it wasn't. And I admire the person who will not be named being quite knowledgeable, but forgetting certain things. And microwaves are nasty things, the waves. I'll give you an example. When I worked uptown, this was years ago, worked in the tower, not the bloody tower, post office tower, and in there they used large parabolic aerials on the top to beam microwaves to adjacent links. One was at Stoke-on-Church, another one at Birmingham. They were line of sight. Anyhow, to cut the long story short, I'm jabbering much too long. The microwaves weren't sent up on wires or even coax wires. They were sent up on waveguides. They were like, how can I put it, like conduits, squared section, and the wave would travel along that. You couldn't see it, but rest assured that we were always told the story, if you stood in front of one of those dishes when it was transmitting, it could affect your health in several ways. One way was it could make you sterile, and looking into a waveguide could cause instant blindness. Now, I'm open to comments on this. As I say, I'm not an expert on microwaves, just really on the the sense of them. Anyhow, I'm diverting into other conversations. Looking further, we've got a few more lamps in there. These will eventually be moved downstairs. There's a few flicker candles, an old barometer, nice old microscope, some more thermometers, a desk lamp there that is broken. Unfortunately, the heavy weight inside was made up simply emery wheel, an emery wheel that you'd buy to put on and revolve it round. It was that, and it had just disintegrated through age, so that's obviously waiting to be repaired. What else have we got? I say the typical loft, everything's nice and dry. Over the back there we've got an air cleaner which consists of a fan, and it draws air through carbon filters. It's also got an electrostatic device inside to produce a bit of ozone. Anyhow, I've nearly finished what I've got to say. The main reason, I suppose, for making this was to not have a go at the person concerned. It was put up hopefully to help. Because I do get worried about it. I see these things on YouTube, and when it's affects someone I know through a subscriber to me, I tend to feel slightly guilty of not saying anything. Anyhow, I'm going to close now. I'm going to put this up on YouTube. Any comments please make. I think what I've said is more or less correct. As I said before, I'm not an expert on microwaves. I've repaired one and changed it. Incidentally, it worked after I'd changed the transformer over. It was nearly twice as big as the original. Interesting to note that Korea uses the German Schuko type plug, but used the colour code of America, that is black and white. So it was quite interesting. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Please pass comments. Rude ones or not, it doesn't matter. Publicity's good. Remember, I'm thick-skinned, so you can put on what you like. Hopefully it'll be educational, and you know, I hope my words of wisdom have perhaps hit someone. I don't know. I just hope it has. Anyhow, once again, thanks for watching, and I'm going to upload this. Thank you.